I'm going to be doing this in two parts. The first part is your love messages for the week moving forward, and then we'll get into your money messages for the week moving forward as well. These are general messages, meaning they're not going to apply to everybody. If it makes sense to you, take the advice. If it doesn't, forget about it. Don't force it. Feel free to check your other placements. I just finished recording for the fire signs. That's Aries, Leo, and Sag, and those are uploaded. This is the next batch I'm going to do, and then I'll get into the earth signs and finally the water signs. So feel free to check your other placements. These are timeless messages, meaning when you get to see the message is meant for you. And let's get into it. Let me just take the time down so that it's easier for me to upload. So we are starting with where's the notes? Yeah, so Gemini 048. So let's get into your love messages, Gemini. Let's see what comes up for you. Just gonna shuffle the cards, get the energy going, and then we'll start. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. Love messages for Gemini. We've got the Six of Wands upright. Okay, one more before we break things down a little bit further for Geminis. Personal readings are still closed. When I open personal readings, the info will be in the description of the video and also on my socials. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on social media for a chance to win a free reading. I'm currently reading from Abuja, Nigeria. Okay. And we've got the Page of Cups. Okay. So Gemini, things are looking up for you this week. If you're stressed about something, if you were all up in your head about something, I think you're letting stuff go, either because things are getting clear to you, or you're trying just not to stress. But moving on from being stressed, you're actually moving on to being celebrated, and there's happy times ahead. And there's like a revitalization of your love life, because you got the Nine of Swords, which normally speaks about you being all up in your head, being wrought with so many thoughts. All right, that's in reverse. And then you move on to the Six of Wands, which means being spotlight, feeling happy, feeling celebrated, really like enjoying things. And the Page of Cups, a new beginning. Okay, so let's see. Let's find out more about this Nine of Swords. Let's find out what it was that we were stressing about, and let's find out what's helped you, or what would help you move on from this into being celebrated. Okay, Gemini. Oops, there's so many. Let me see. There are more than 3 here. Okay, we've got the 12 Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Ace of Wands upright. And is that 2? I need just one more. So I just need one more. And I got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I think Gemini, the reason, or what, you're really stressed because you felt that things were not being balanced. The Two of Pentacles, that's like balance of things. So you might have felt your partner was not as giving as you were, or you felt things were not balanced, and that was really, really stressing you. But then with the Ace of Wands, it looks like he had like a new approach to things, like a new idea, a new venture, a new perspective about things. And that was the perspective that I think Gemini, with the Eight of Pentacles that come up right, I think Gemini, you realized that you were stressing because you felt things were in balance between you and your partner. But after introspection and after looking at things, you might have had like a spark or an idea of something, and you realize that you were the one that needed the work. You know, sometimes we when we things are not going our way, we don't take account. We are not accountable. We take no accountability for our role in the relationship. So I think, Gemini, you were really stressed about things, and all your thinking brought you to realization that things were not balanced, and you decided to look at things with new fresh eyes and inject a bit of passion into your relationship, and realize that you are the one that actually needed to do the work. And it seems like the work has panned off because the celebration, you're happy. Okay, so let's see, what does the Six of Wands, what does the celebration look like? How happy are you? Tell me about this Six of Wands for Geminis. Six of Wands speaks about being valued, speaks about being celebrated, being appreciated. So let's see what this looks like for you, Geminis. I need 3 cards for Geminis. Way too many. 4, I need just 3. The 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Death card upright, death and rebirth upright, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, you're happy and things seem to be moving forward because the 4 of Pentacles speaks about like holding, being close-fisted, being tight-fisted, being unwilling to share. I think you're happy because you no longer feel, with all the work you're put into this, I think you actually feel that the change in your attitude is reaping, has really made you and your partner be more giving to each other. So you actually feel your partner is no longer stingy with their affection or their time or their resources. Your partner can clearly see the growth that the growth and the intention you're putting into this, right? And with the death and rebirth, you're realizing that you really have to let shit go for new things to start. So all the things that you were holding on to, and the, like my sister used to say, your spirit of unforgiveness, right? You really let go of that, and the fact that you are more willing to share and to invest and to really cooperate with your partner, you really like that's really what has led to this celebration for you. And the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords really speaks about like knowledge and truth and honesty. So but also speaks about speech. So I think you and your partner are really becoming more compassionate to each other, and you are choosing to watch your words and watch your tone, and really take your time to ruminate about the words. Yeah, I think there's a lot of consciousness and consideration and intention that you're putting into this, Gemini. So if this is you, great. But if this is pertaining to your partner, you're going to realize, Gemini, that your partner, you're really going to really see like a positive turn in your relationship with your partner, Gemini. You're going to find out that your partner is more conscious and more considerate towards you. You're going to find your partner is more giving towards you. I'm going to find out your partner is letting shit go. The things that your partner is not being petty anymore. Okay, so let's look at the Page of Cups. Let's look at this new wave of love. We've got the 10 of Cups. Okay. 10 of Cups upright. You've got the 10 of Swords. And you've got the 10 of Swords upright. And you've got the 7 of Wands in reverse. So Gemini, this new, it really looks really good. I like this for you, Gemini. This new turn in your relationship is going to lead to a lot of happiness and fulfillment for you and your partner with the 10 of Cups. And you're going to realize that you really hit rock bottom. So the only way is up. the only way is up. It looks all positive. And look at the Seven of Wands. That normally speaks about strife and competition. It's in reverse. So Gemini, it looks good. This week in your love life is really going to look good. There's going to be a lot of forgiveness and healing. But you need to remember, Gemini, that you have to do a lot of work. You have to, before you know, they say, when be careful when you're pointing your finger at somebody, you've got 4 fingers or 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. So before, and I think that's what this Ace of Swords in reverse is going to teach you, Gemini, that you really need to find out how you have played into your relationship being stressful in the past. So that's good, Gemini. There's a lot of accountability and maturity and forgiveness and consideration. So that's good. Good luck, Gemini. Let me get one more card to close this off for you, Gemini. One oracle card. Okay. Gemini love messages, one oracle card. Strength. I would read this as knowing, you know, I had spoken about accountability before and responsibility in the relationship, and finding out how you can actually be practical and proactive about making this work. Letting, with the Page of Swords that came up in reverse, where I said you need to like watch your speech and caution how you conversate with your partner. There's nothing, and with the Death and Rebirth upright that came up, you need to know how to choose your battles, and choosing your battles and letting stuff go is really a sign of maturity and strength. That's it. You know who you are, you know what your worth is, and you're not afraid. You shouldn't be afraid to own up and acknowledge when you've gone wrong and your role in things. So just, yeah, there's a lot of strength in vulnerability. There's a lot of strength in consideration. There's a lot of strength in wanting things, in working on things, trying new things, trying new things and putting in the work to make things work. There's a lot of strength in that. A lot of people always have this notion that they are perfect the way they are and the other person is always at fault. But it looks nice that yeah, Gemini, there's nothing wrong in showing your strength, and part of being a good leader or being a strong person is your consideration of everybody around you. So yeah, it looks good. Okay, so that's the end of your love messages, Gemini, and we're ending this at 12:57. So let's get into your money messages for the week, Gemini. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so now let's clear and get into where is it? Money messages for Gemini. Okay, let's see how your finances are looking this week, Gemini. Let's use this one. I've got 10 decks and I like them all, that's why I have them. So I try to give each deck like equal airtime. So looking at the money messages for Gemini, what should Gemini look forward to this week? We've got the Hermit in reverse, we've got the Three of Pentacles upright, and we've got the Two of Cups, no, the Hermit in reverse, the Three of Cups upright, and the Two of Cups in reverse. That's got the Hermit. The Hermit speaks about like digging deep into yourself to really find out what makes you tick. That's in reverse. The Three of Cups speaks about like socialization, camaraderie, conversation, integration with other people. And you've got the Two of Cups in reverse, which speaks about equal give and take and balance. Excuse me. So let's find out how this affects your money. You might have been trying to do something by yourself, Gemini, and but then you realize that it was something that you needed to seek help outside, or at least conversation outside, but then that conversation or that involvement or that interaction with other people is leading you to see that things are not balanced. So let's see about this Hermit in reverse. Let's see what you found out dealing by what you found out on your own that led you to wanting to involve people. Let's learn more about this Hermit in reverse for Geminis. I need one more. You've got the Cherub, which is the Hierophant upright. You've got the Strength upright. Okay. The Chiron or Chiron? I'm not sure. I would learn the pronunciation for the next read. It's a Chiron. That's Charlie. What's H? I don't know. Chiron. One more card. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. So Gemini, what you learned, this might have influenced your decision to not do this all by yourself, or this might be this might have made you this might have influenced your decision not to do this all by yourself, or this is what you have found out by doing things by yourself. You realized that there was a need for you to learn more. In other decks, this card is like the Hierophant. In other decks, you get to see, let me see if I can quickly find it for you. You get to see like a pope or something that is like honest and full of truth and willing. So this person has knowledge to give. So this is you realizing that you need to subject yourself to either higher learning, either higher authority or personal study, stepping outside of yourself to get more knowledge than you knew all by yourself. And you realize that there was a need for you to find out your strengths and your weaknesses and to know how to show up, because you had to realize that you had the power to tame the beast, and you had to realize that there was a lot of strength within yourself. This is what you allowing other people to get into this thought process for you. You had to realize that there was a lot you had to learn, but then you also learned that by yourself you were someone to reckon with. And with the Queen of Wands, is this feisty, very creative, bold person came up in reverse. So I think you involved other people made you realize the importance of learning, the importance of knowing how to show up, and the importance of knowing how to rein in your thoughts and your ideas. So you deciding to do all this really led you to socialize more and to consider more people. So now let's get into the Three of Cups upright for you, Gemini. Let's see how this affects your money. You've come to realize that there are I would say probably like there's ethics and principles to things that would require you to know how to show up, because like it's always the mode of communication or the manner of communication. It really does matter. It really does matter. You need to know how to let me just say this. So you need to know how to show up, because if you don't have the right tone of voice, it's very hard for your message to be misconstrued. So you really have learned, or you really should learn this week, Gemini. You really need to make sure whatever business venture that you want to get into or you want to expand, you need to make sure that things are sitting right, that you are working in alignment with the rules that be. Make sure that any work that you're getting into, make sure that you are fully aware of all the rules and regulations surrounding this. Let me just try to adjust it. Yeah, make sure that you are fully aware of the rules and regulations around this. Make sure that you know what cap to put on when you are conversing with people about this, and make sure you know how to rein in your energy. Even though you are so excited about this, you have to learn to pace yourself. You're going to need then to pace yourself this week, Gemini. So let's see. These opportunities that are coming up, these social circles that you are going to involve yourself with. Let's see how this affects you. Let's see if you're cool with this, because there's something that you're going to learn this week by socializing with people that's going to let you be aware that things are not balanced. So let's see. What are the networking opportunities surrounding this business or this money making venture for you, Gemini? We've got the Empress upright, okay. We've got the Three of Wands in reverse. I've got the Temperance in reverse. Okay, the Empress is like Empress is very successful. The Empress is someone that has access to money, to ideas, to conversation. This person is privy to like a lot of conversations and information. This person has the ideas. This person knows how to convey their thoughts. This person knows how to rein in their energy. This person knows how to manage money. So you're probably going to get in touch with somebody. You're actually going to be introduced or come in contact with somebody that is going to be very instrumental to the success of this business or this money making thing this week, Gemini. But then you might have felt that this was something that wasn't readily available to you, or you might have been waiting for something to come in, but what you thought, I think things are really going to move fast for you this week, Gemini. With the three of Wands that normally speaks about like travel and waiting for things to come, it's right in your lap, right? And with Temperance has the patience for things to grow is in reverse. So Gemini, this week you're going to be required to make sure that you show up for any business opportunities or networking opportunities, and make sure that you are able to think on your feet and exhibit a lot of energy, because you are going to find yourself in situations where the people that can help you progress are going to be around you. But let's find out it's going to be something that's going to require you to think fast on your feet and move fast towards. But then I think you're going to find that there's an imbalance. So what's an imbalance? The Death card of upright, okay. You're going to realize that things are not balanced because you're going to have to let some things go with the confidence and knowledge that better is coming. You've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and you've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So you're going to find out that things are not going to be balanced because you're going to have to let some things go, and you're going to find out that you're going to need to rein in your thoughts and take a step back, because there isn't an equal opportunity for expansion. That really is interesting. Okay, well, Gemini, it started off really looking like good and positive, but I think this is a learning opportunity for you. This is a learning opportunity for you. You are going to, it's great that you expanded or you spoke about this new idea that you want to venture into, that you're so sure it's going to make you feel like fulfilled. And it's great that you are positioning yourself strategically for networking, but you're actually going to realize that for this to proceed, there's going to have to be a sacrifice, Gemini. I think that's what you're going to have to deal with or consider this week, because not only are you going to have to make sure that you are up to date with like I don't know, things like registration and taxes, yeah, ethics of things. You're going to really have to learn how to talk the talk in this new venture. You have to be able to speak the language of the people that you're trying to appeal to. You know how, for example, no matter let me short story. My first degree was in architecture, right? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do interior design, but I was encouraged to do architecture first. So after I finished that, I really didn't want to practice because I knew how frustrating laborers could be. First of all, I don't like to be in the sun too much, right? And with architecture, with laborers and construction and things, it's going to require you to be on the field and be able to answer all the questions and and be able to converse and communicate properly with the laborers. But no matter how educated you are, if you like have a PhD or whatever, if you're not able to speak and communicate effectively with your laborers, you are going to be frustrated, that kind of a thing. So you're going to have to learn, make sure that you are doing things according to plan, make sure that you are able to converse, if communicate effectively with the powers that be and with the people that you need to work for you. And you're going to need to know how to rein in your energy and focus on things, because like I said, no matter how brilliant your ideas are, if you're not able to communicate effectively with the people that are going to execute or market these things for you, they're going to flop. So you're going to need to learn how to prioritize things. First of all, make sure you are doing things according, you are all right with the law. Make sure you know how to communicate up way and down way, and make sure you know how to rein in your energy to make the most of what is available to you, because you're going to find that you are going to be introduced to somebody, you're going to come in contact with somebody that can really make things look forward, and you're going to realize that there might have been some things that you were putting off because you really didn't feel were available right now, and you're probably expecting them to come for you, probably maybe probably like for instance, it's like saying you learn something, right, and you learn it. Okay, for example, another story time. There are many things that I want to venture into, but because of the delays of things like shipping costs or exchange rates, I've had to either shelf some ideas, or I've had to find out how to make the most of being in Nigeria work. I've had to find the Nigerian equivalent of things. I've had to modify my ideas to suit the Nigerian market, that kind of situation. So you're going to find yourself in a similar situation this week, Gemini, where you're going to meet somebody that's going to let you know that what you need is right around you, and you're going to and for you to learn from this person a lot, Gemini, you're going to have to be able to think on your feet, and you're going to have to be innovative. But what meeting this person is also going to make you realize, Gemini, is that there isn't going to be a balance if you're not willing to let some things go. And with the death card and with the Eight of Pentacles, look at the Eight of Pentacles. It's like molding, building your coin, building it up. That came up in reverse. And the three of Pentacles, which speaks about like equal investments, and the Second of Opportunities came up in reverse. So what you might have to realize, Gemini, is that for things to progress, if you really want things to progress, you're going to have to let a little bit of, you're going to have to relinquish a bit of control. So you might realize this week, Gemini, that this person, that the opportunities are around you, and there's ways for things to progress, but you might actually have to take on an investor. I know taking on an investor is going to mean you relinquishing some of your shares, for one. It's going to make you you're going to have to share the work. So you might have to be more open to other people's ideas and other people's involvement. So the amount of work you're going to have to do, Gemini, is going to reduce. But then you also have to make sure that, be cautious and make sure that whoever you're allowing invest in, or who you're partnering with, make sure that this person really is worth your while. Because sometimes taking on investors might be great, but you also have to cater to their own ideas, Gemini. So if you're not willing to if you're not willing to let a bit Gemini, you're going to have to, it's like saying you have to sell your soul a little or relinquish a little bit of control this week, Gemini, for this to work. Because, yeah, consider that. If you're not willing to do that, there's not going to be balance, and you're going to have to hold on this for a while. So let me see. One more card to close this up for you, Gemini. For your finances and your money and your coin this week. One more thing to consider. Fear in reverse. Fear. Taking on an investor is going to mean you taking a step into the unknown, but that came up in reverse. So don't be afraid of new opportunities. Really dig deep and really find out. Sometimes we willingness not to share is what hinders us. So collaboration might be something you really need to look into, and also consider how you feel about taking on other people's ideas. Right, yeah. Don't be afraid to consider it. Before you rule it out completely, at least consider it. And really find out how much you want to, find out how this Empress is beneficial to you, living up to the expectations and ethics of what you're getting into. Find out how this Empress is able to really make you actualize your dreams with the Hermit, right? And find out how working with this Empress is going to, what you're going to have to give up for progress to move forward. So there's a lot of thinking for you, Gemini, but if anything, be a sponge and learn all you can from this Empress, and really find out what it is that people are requiring of you to give up for them to get involved, and make sure that it's an equal investment. Make sure that your ideas are respected, and you respect whoever's ideas you want to get into. So Gemini, these are your messages, love and money messages this week. Good luck. Like, share, subscribe. Feel free to check your other placements. I'm going to end this here and get into the next reading. Thanks, guys. Bye.